Hello, 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 and welcome to Rantland Podcast, where I, Peanut the Ranter, rant about whatever I feel like ranting about. And today, we are going to be doing a tier list. And I want to start by saying I'm going to do one of these for every single Ranger color eventually. Um, as well as, allies and stuff like that, ranking everything. So, that being said, um, we are going to switch over to what I've actually got set up. And, of course, to start completely off, we are going to put Billy in S tier. Um, we cannot have Billy anywhere else but S tier. Um, there is a standard, and Billy is that standard. Um, like without Billy, 90% of the episodes for the Rangers would end badly. Um, I feel like Billy was, while Tommy and Jason, were the team leads, I believe Billy and Trini were the glue that held everything together. Um, Especially during, uh, you know, Zed's introduction with his box and all that kind of stuff. So, starting with Billy, he is S tier. There's nothing better than Billy. Um, Sestro from Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers. Uh, Honestly, we don't really see enough of Sestro. He's good on the team, but honestly, I don't think any of the Alien Rangers were really given enough time to shine. They were only given 10 episodes, so they honestly just I don't know how do I put that. They didn't really get a chance to shine, so he's neither here nor there. So I would say he's about a C tier. Now we move to Rocky, and I want to say that I am a huge Rocky fan. He's one of my favorite characters. Um, so for those in audio land, for those who never watch Power Rangers, Rocky goes from the Red Ranger from Mighty Morphin to the Blue Ranger in Power Rangers Zeo, and then gets replaced with a child. But we'll get to that with Turbo. But I feel like Rocky served Blue Ranger status better than he did Red Ranger status, because I feel like when he was a Red Ranger, he was overshadowed by Tommy and not really focused as that Red Ranger leader position. And then when it goes to Zeo and, there's no longer the sixth Ranger, everything kind of just lined up. So Rocky is A. Justin sucks. Uh, I'm going to say this, and it may be controversial. It may be me being a dick, but Preston was a terrible decision. I understand that they were trying to go off of, Kiba Ranger being a child and trying to combat with Beetleborgs that was airing at the same time. I just think Justin was a terrible character, and I have discussed this a lot. I do not like Justin has a character. I just don't. Um, if I ever do full season reviews, it's gonna be a huge rant on Justin. Um, that being said, it brings us to Power Rangers in space. So, first things we're gonna do, we're gonna skip uh TJ for a second. The Psycho Rangers are S tier. I know they're villains. I know they're, not really uh I don't know why the list has actual Rangers, but for the sake of it, the Psycho Rangers are hands down the best villains that have ever been created for this franchise. And I believe the Psycho Rangers themselves is what saved the franchise when they did in space. But again, that's for a whole nother rant on video. But TJ suffers, or it kind of suffered the same fate. I did not mean to just yeet my earbuds. But TJ suffers the same fate as Rocky did. Um he was really good as the Turbo Ranger, Red Ranger, and then Andros comes along and he's demoted. Makes sense. But TJ is quick thinking. He's very intelligent. And honestly, I think TJ is S tier. Um, he just jumps straight into everything and knows what he's doing. Uh, Lost Galaxy Kai, I think he's B tier. Not really. I wasn't really a big Lost Galaxy fan. Um, so I could. Kai is one of those that you could forget exists. Uh, so in my case, it's just one of those take it or leave it. He's not a bad character, but by no means, whoops, didn't mean to scroll. But by no means is he a perfect character. Kai is one of those forgettable Rangers. Now we go to Chad. Chad is a Chad. Again, just like with Lost Galaxy, I am not a big Lightspeed Rescue fan. I like Carter and I like the Green Ranger, but I was not really a big fan of the emergency vehicle motif. And I feel like that is when the acting really started to suffer, especially with the villains. But again, that's a whole nother video rant. Matt, nope, Lucas. I saw Max's face and my brain just went straight to Max. Lucas is A tier. Um, Time Force is what really got me back into the franchise after In Space. Um, Lucas, Jennifer, Chip, or not Chip, but uh, Green Ranger. Can't think of his name for a second. Uh, but Lucas is a great character, um, especially the love angle with uh the purple, the pink-haired girl. Can't remember her name for some reason. Now we're in Max. I love Max. Max felt like me as a child, just hyperactive and just wanting to do everything for everyone. and just all around nerdy dork. And I love, I think Max and Danny are my favorite characters for Wild Force. Now we got Tori. I love Tori. She is S tier. Not only is she attractive, but she's intelligent and she doesn't take shit from the guys at all. And I just love her. There's nothing more to say about Tori. um, this is where we kind of change. Um, I don't like Ethan as a character. And I'm going to be brutally honest. Kira is the only Dino Thunder character, Tommy excluded, that I actually like. He is not as bad as Justin, but the nerd computer geek stereotype that they have Ethan, it's just bad. I don't like it. I don't like Ethan as a character, and it's just meh. Bridge. Not Bridge, Sky. I don't know why I said Bridge. Bridge is green. Bridge is great. Sky. See, I keep saying Bridge. Sky is great. Uh, he is no nonsense. I am cop. You will listen to me type mindset. And by the end of the series, he learns to loosen up, all that kind of crap. I don't know why A Squad's here. A Squad are douchebags. I feel like with the A Squad, they tried to be the new Psycho Rangers, but they were not as good. Madison is the meh girl. I never really got. I was never really a big fan of Madison. I like her sister more, but she's not bad and middle run of the mill. Theo, I would put Theo at A. Um, again, there's a lot of seasons I didn't like. I don't like Jungle Fury. Um, too much to my cousin and editor's dismay. Never really. That's not even Theo. That's Dax. Why is that backwards? Or I'm backwards in the thing. But Theo is A. Dax is a douchebag. Every character in Operation Overdrive are just the most unlikable group of people ever. And again, we'll get to Operation Overdrive eventually. Flynn, I'm Scottish. What more do you got to say? Flynn is an amazing character, and I love Flynn. Uh, so that like there's not a lot to say about Flynn other than the Scottish meme, but as a Blue Ranger, he's great. Um, Kevin, eh. Again, like I've said, there's a lot of seasons I did not enjoy, and while Samurai is not my least favorite season, it's still a slug for me to get through. And speaking of seasons that suck, I'm sorry, but Noah and every single character in Megaforce are the most. Megaforce and Operation Overdrive are tied for the most obnoxious and badly acted characters. So the two of those, I can't do it. Um, so we're doing Coda. Coda's B tier. The whole caveman aesthetic is kind of funny. Um, so him being himself is cute. Preston with the whole I'm going to be the super duper magician is cute. I'm not trying to scroll. Um, da 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 da. Um, we are gonna go with Ravi. Ravi's B tier. He's another one that's in the middle. Doesn't really outstand for me, kind of people. Then we got Ollie. Ollie is great. He's not S tiered in my opinion, but his character arc from Dino Fury to fucking Cosmic Fury is a great good to evil story arc type, and I really do enjoy Ollie a lot. Um, and then we have 2017 Billy. I've said it in the review for 2017. I feel like they could have made the 2017 movie a lot better, but eh, he's not bad, he's not good. He's nowhere near as good as David Yost. So, with that being said, my S tier is Billy Cranston, TJ, Tori, Psycho Blue, and Flynn. A tier would be Rocky, Lucas, Max, Sky, Theo, Ollie. B tier is Kai, Chad, Madison, Coda, Preston, uh, fuck, forgot his name, Ravi. And 2017 Billy, C is Sestro, Ethan, Kevin, and D tier, of course, is Justin, A Squad, Theo, not Theo, Dax, and fucking Noah. So, that being said, thank you for listening to this episode of the Rantland podcast. If you enjoyed this podcast, give it a like. Um, you know, show me some love. That being said, thank you for watching and or listening. And always remember to keep on ranting.